My name is Dr. Fadel Behman. I am a holistic energy physicist. I have worked in radiation oncology physics as a scientist for more than 25 years, and in the last 15 years or so I shifted to holistic subtle energy for prevention and for holistic lifestyle counseling and body therapies. My relationship with the International Institute of Integral Human Sciences and the Spiritual Science Fellowship started in March 1976 when the first conference was held at Concordia University over the spring break in March, and that lasted 10 days, and international authorities from every domain of religion, science, healing, medicine, psychology, transpersonal psychology were invited to start the first conference. The dream was integration, as the name of the institute is Integral Human Sciences. Professor John Rossner was a professor of comparative religion and the history of religion, and he was the pioneer that had this idea. It started in 1975, and it took some 9 months till the fruition of that event. 10,000 people came, more than 10,000 people actually came in these 10 days, and everybody was elated. It was free, of course, and the university felt that this is a great idea from one professor to do the activities that the institute is doing. After the first conference, the university gave a whole building to Dr. John Rossner in Montreal for carrying the activities of the International Institute of Integral Human Sciences. The following years, till this year is the 39th annual meeting, the mission has been to bring here to Montreal every year as many scientists, religious people, philosophical professors, people from the world of academia that have excelled in their own fields, but at the same time they care about integration or interdisciplinary communication. Interdisciplinary means that the physicist talks to the chemist, to the biologist, to the mathematician, to the sociologist, to the anthropologist, to the musician, to the artist, to the religious person, etc., etc., which is a problem in all the world of academia. And he had the foresight that in order to have global peace and global interconnectivity, we have to start from the top world of academia by allowing these leaders, frontier researchers in their own fields, to talk together and have a language of communication with each other for the benefit of all humanity. So that compassion was shared also by his beloved wife, Dr. Marilyn Rossner. She in her own right is also professor of special education, and they both were leading the institute, the International Institute of Integral Human Sciences, and they created the Spiritual Science Fellowship. The institute mission was to make these annual meetings of 10 days, and preparation for it takes the rest of the year. The Spiritual Science Fellowship was created because they felt that there is a gap between just creating an event for 10 days every year and planning for it the whole year without filling the gap the rest of the year. So the Spiritual Science Fellowship was looked at as for psychological and spiritual development, which is a continuity of the mission of the Institute. Both of them were co-directing both of these two organizations. We are privileged in Montreal to see how many people came over the last 39 years and how much the diversity increased and the gaps between the professionals that come have decreased. That means people are talking with each other without having to argue a lot, just listening to each other, respecting. And there was a mix, if you like, or an exchange of the rich things from each discipline, for which we are all made better by this. Many people have been attending as much as possible from these 39 annual meetings, and the fruits of it are much more than what you get in the 10 days or in the workshop and the activities that happen in the Spiritual Science Fellowship. The friendships that have taken place over the last 39 years are exemplary, because you can feel it from the people that come. They say, we go to other places, but it doesn't have the same spirit, it doesn't have the same compassionate nature, it doesn't have that sincere intention of reconnecting with each other and feeling the oneness of creation. The beauty of the work that comes out of these two organizations is not just the survival of the organizations, these two organizations, but we see that many organizations were created after that and they disappeared, because it's not only they were motivated to make some money from it because it was a fad. The faithfulness of these two organizations is that they are non-for-profit, and means they are for the service of humanity, and the registration fees are very minimal, just to pay for the hotel. Most of the speakers come freely from their own will, because they feel that compassion and that service to humanity. So that is what spirituality is all about. The dogma that divides people either in the sciences or in the religions is on its way out. That's the dream that we have, and humanity would benefit from that. Now, everyone that's convinced of that concept, they are the sincere ones that come here every year. But even if they don't come frequently enough, the ones that come by and feel and taste the communication between the presenters and the people attending the conferences every year is contagious, because of the capacity of compassion and love that is seen in the dedication of every speaker. Many of the pioneers that discover new frontiers in the sciences that bridge spirituality and sciences have been really sincere about their contributions they bring here. Whatever they advance year to year, they bring their fruits and share it with all of us, and we all benefit from that. So it's a forum of, I don't want to call it continuing education, but it's continuing enrichment and bridging the gap between the sciences and the religions and spirituality, without, in a humane way, in a beautiful, compassionate way. We can thank Professor John Rossner, God bless his soul. He dedicated his life and his wife's life for their mission, which they have been visionary some 40 years ago, and they brought these and they maintained them by their compassionate nature, and everybody that felt that devotion to the cause, and they became part of their spiritual mission. And these are the ones that have been coming and devoting their time. Everybody takes their vacation time and come to feel that enrichment. If it's a soul food, if you like, when we come here and we learn from these presenters. So we can't thank them enough for the dedication that they bring to humanity. This interchange, this exchange of knowledge, wisdom, love is what we are here for. And at the end of every conference, everybody feels, how come the 10 days pass just like that? And to make a distinction as well, in every day there are 3 sessions, one in the morning from 9 to noon, one in the afternoon till supper time, and then there is a 3rd session after supper till about 10 o'clock at night. So there is almost about 9 or 10 hours every day in these 10 days. Many people benefit from these 3 sessions. So it's not just to be there for 6 hours and then you become a tourist. Obviously some people like to balance the joy of visiting Montreal and the enrichment that they have with the exchange with the experts. So I am delighted, and I can tell you that out of the last 39 years, I might have attended something like 35 of them. And I can't imagine that I will miss a year if I am here in Montreal. So I raise my hat to both of them and all the volunteers that carry that work so that they keep the costs at a minimum and the benefits at a maximum. So we love these two organizations. I personally recommend it to everybody, and may it continue for many years to come, because the mission is divinely inspired, and what is divinely inspired survives. Thank you very much, and I love to share with anyone that would like to know more about these two organizations, and please come and attend one of these conferences. Next year, 2015, the conference will be August 14th to the 23rd. Bless you. Have a wonderful time. Thank you.